Hey everyone, well I said I was going to be out today, and I am, but I wanted to make sure I left you a video to give you directions for all of the work that you're supposed to be doing today. You do have a package here. Now, not all of it is going to be turned in, and some of it's just notes, but I did want to go through all of it so that you don't have any confusion about what is needed to be turned in, what's not needed to be turned in, and to make sure you understand the assignment. So this first assignment, we've been talking about the Puritans, we talked about the city upon a hill, John Winthrop, and all of those guys, and we've kind of set up that their society and how their theocracy and everything. But I really want to get into the Puritan, you to get into the Puritan mind. Excuse me. So with this assignment, you have multiple readings, 6 readings by Puritans, and it kind of sheds a light on what they think about the world and what they think about heaven and hell, and what they think their purpose is. So let's take a look at them. The first one is 12 Good Rules of Puritan Behavior. Read through these, and I want you to think of, would you be able to be a good Puritan? How many of these have you broken in the past year? All right. Make no long meals, lay no wagers, pick no quarrels, encourage no vice. How good of a Puritan would you have been? Right. Reading 2, now this one I have to explain a little bit. It's from the New England Primer. What this is a book that's kind of like my first reader. So each one of these, in Adam's fall we send all, A is going to be highlighted. This life to mend, this book attend, B is going to be highlighted. The book, Bible, C, D, and then the person who originally created this is going to skip the E, the F, the G, the H, and goes down to I, right? And then it continues after that. Reading number 3, we got John Robbins. He's talking about the children and what the parents should do, the roles of the parents. And you're coming down here, I'm going to point out reading 5. We've seen John Winthrop before. He's the governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Very, very important guy for them. And then Jonathan Edwards is going to be a very famous preacher. This is Sinners in the Hand of an Angry God. I think yesterday I may have mentioned that it was Cotton Mather. It wasn't. It was Jonathan Edwards. Getting my Puritan preachers mixed up. But they believe the same thing. It's just that this is his wording of it and not Cotton Mather's. All right, but I do want you to answer these 4 questions. I really want you to pay attention to the 4th one. Do this on a separate sheet of paper and turn that in. And let's go take a look at the other ones you need to do. The religious census, on that same sheet of paper that you turned in, is the Puritan mind. Take a look at the census data of the different churches that are going to be in the different colonies, when they're established, when they're disestablished, or really when they're disestablished. And I want you to make 5 conclusions or inferences about these. Now, some of these colonies we haven't gone over before, some of the churches we haven't gone over before, but just take a look at the raw numbers and try to come up with some inferences about how church may affect our society as we get closer to the Revolutionary War. All right? You can do that on the same piece of paper as the Puritan mind answers. Just make sure that I can tell which ones are which. And then finally, I think the last thing I need to take a look at, and I need to check it. Yep, is actually the PDF, and I don't have that pulled up right now, and I'm not going to waste your time with it. But taking a look down in the small box, it is this one where we have the Chesapeake and New England. I thought I had it pulled up a while ago. But what you need to do, fill this out from what you already know. With the leadership, pay attention. Put in specific leaders. You know John Smith, you know John Winthrop. Any others that you can put in there is great. And describe how they're leading. What's their leadership style? How is the leadership organized? Is it religious? Is it a company? Are they elected? Who's choosing them? And that kind of goes down into the form of government as well. How are they being governed? All right. Now, after you do all of that, you have a note sheet here. Just put this in your notes. I want you to take a look through it, spend some time reading through it. Some of the numbers or roundabouts I think like it says 1,000 moved with the Puritans. That first one, the numbers are kind of up in the air. That's probably an overestimation, but it's generally they moved in a larger number. So read through that. It compares the Plymouth Colony, Massachusetts Bay Colony, and then after you finish up, you have a choice. There's two things that you could do. All right, you have homework due on Monday on chapter 3. If you have the book, that's great. Work on that. Get that ready to turn in. Again, you have to answer 3 of those questions that I handed out the other day. Complete. It has to be at least a paragraph for you to really get credit for it. The other thing to do, if you may have forgotten the book at home, or you forgot the questions, or you just don't want to do it, or you've already done it, you do have this. We are going to need to cover the 13 colonies and really get that chart established. So go ahead and start working on this, basically, and I'll show it to you up here because I do have this pulled up. Yeah, I do. Got a little confused right there myself. Alright, but originally settled by, so not only the English, but the important people in the foundation. So Massachusetts, we know it's the English, more importantly, the Pilgrims, Puritans, and then important people we could also put in there, like John Winthrop, William Bradford, William Brewster, right? Jonathan Edwards, Cotton Mather. All those could be in there, originally settled by and important people. The economy, how are they making money? Are they making it from the sea and fishing and whaling? Are they making it with lumber? Are they growing rice, tobacco, indigo? Is it about foodstuff crops? Or do we have small farms? Are they trading? Are they beaver fur traders? What's going on? How are they making the money? The purpose of the settlement. Is their purpose to make money? Is it religious freedom? Is it something in between? And then the religion. What is the predominant religion or religions in that area? All right. If you get that done, more power to you. I think we're going to have a full day. If you're able to do these to the best of your ability, you should be off to second block before you get every single thing done. And with that, I'm out of here. I will see you on Monday.